So this is the area that we're going to be focusing on today. I have all of my smaller eyeshadow palettes here, and then in these drawers I keep all of my single eyeshadows. So I have glitters, eyelashes, eyeliners, and mascaras, my Colourpop single eyeshadows, and then any of my other miscellaneous single shadows are in here. I'll get more into depth in these drawers. I will be pulling each one out one by one and showing and decluttering and showing you guys these drawers. So this is my first drawer in my acrylic organizer, and pretty much I have like pigments, colorful eyeliners, and glitters in here. So these are my NYX glitters. I pretty much wanted to experiment with glitters, and NYX glitters seem to be the most popular way to do so. They're pretty good glitters. They have a sifter. I've only played around with these guys once or twice, but I thought these would be the cheaper alternative to play around with glitters that are good quality versus investing in glitters like, say, lit glitters. So these two right here I'm actually going to get rid of. These are Pigments from L'Oreal, and these are not only really old, but I have eyeshadows that are this color, and I'd rather use eyeshadows than pigments for these colors. If they were like silvers and golds, I'd probably keep them because I do like giving my silvers and gold that foiled look, and I think that's what I like using pigments for, or creating effects like these two. So these are iridescent pigments. This one has like a goldish shift to it, and this one kind of has like a pearly pink shift to it. Doesn't really show up much on camera, but I am going to be keeping both of these pigments. And again, these are from L'Oreal, and these are all a whole bunch of little brushes that I like to keep around for using my pigments or glitter placement. So I do keep a whole bunch of these like little brushes around. Then here I have two Too Faced glitter glue samples. I used to have a lot more. I do like using this for applying eyeshadows that have glitter on there, or pigments, or just glitter itself. I do have a full tube of the NYX glitter glue, and I have used this, and I also really like this. So as soon as I'm done with my Too Faced samples, I am just going to be sticking with the NYX glitter primer or glitter glue. And these here are eyeliners from Mary Kay, and I really like these eyeliners because not only are they very creamy and pigmented, when they dry down, these set. You can use an eyeshadow as a base for these, but I think they're pigmented enough where I really don't think you need an eyeshadow as a base for these. And my favorite one is the blue one. I have used the blue one probably the most often. I do like the gold, but I like using a combination of the blue and gold when I do my shadows. But those are them right there. I really like these. I wish the wands were a little bit better. It does sometimes need a little bit of careful manipulation with the wand. It does kind of leave it a little patchy, but just working with it and playing around with it, I get pretty good not only color payoff, lasting power, but these don't make my eyes water. A lot of colorful eyeliners tend to make my eyes water, and these don't. And then everything else I have here are just pretty much colorful eyeliners, both liquid and I guess cream eyeliners. So I got these pastel ones from Wet n Wild's. These were from last summer. I get a lot of these colorful eyeliners from like subscription services. The ones that I actually picked up myself were these Wet n Wild ones because I do like wearing pastel colors, and I thought these were fun colors to play with. Here I have a yellow one, and I don't know, I just thought it was a fun an inexpensive way to play around with colors. So these are all everything that's going to be staying pretty much in my like colorful fun drawer. So I just wanted to quickly show you guys this next drawer. I'm pretty much not going to be getting rid of anything in this drawer, but here I house my mascaras that I'm currently using. So these are the technically 3 mascaras because this one won't really fit in with the other mascaras here on the side, but I'm currently using the Tarte Gifted mascara, this MTJ high definition mascara. I really like this one for really separating my eyelashes, and then my Sephora Outrageous Curl mascara is probably one of my favorite finishing mascaras. This really does add a lot of curl and a lot of volume to my eyelashes. And then My current gel eyeliner and favorite eyeliner that I like to use is the Maybelline Eye Studio in Blackest Black. I really do like this gel liner, and I pretty much use this every single day that I do some type of winged eyeliner or eyeliner look. And then I keep my Inglot Duraline in here. I really like this for not only reviving my eyeliner, but I also use this for pigments or glitters. It pretty much just makes anything that you put into it creamy. I'm sure you guys have heard of this, and it also makes it waterproof, which is one thing I don't think a lot of people know, that if you do use this with any pigment or any eyeliner, it also makes it waterproof. So here I have my nude or basically nude colored eyeliners. I like to use nude on my bottom, my waterline, so it kind of just makes my eyes pop. Then I have this brow gel. If I do anything to my eyebrows, I pretty much just put a clear gel over it. So I really do like that product. And then my favorite liquid eyeliner at the moment is this Nano liner from Absolute New York. And it's just a really teeny tiny eyeliner brush, and I use it for finishing off the tip of my wing. So I'll do the majority of my wing with my gel liner, and then I'll finish off the tip of my wing with this. And then here I have just black and brown eyeliners. I have one kind of goldish eyeliner here from the Balm, but I might move this over to my colorful section, but I kept it here because it's technically like a brownish eyeliner. So that's everything in my eyeliner, mascara drawer. So the next drawer in my acrylic organizer is my Colourpop drawer, and I'm pretty much going to be keeping all of these shadows. These are my favorite shadows to use on my eyelid. All of these pretty much have either an ultra metallic, a metallic, or some type of like shimmery finish. Most of these are pearlized, metallic, and ultra metallic. I like every single one of these shadows. I've used every single one of these shadows. My favorite shadows to use are probably this one in Eye Candy. It's just a really pretty, like frosty pink. And I really like this one. I believe this one is a pearlized finish. And then my favorite silver, my second favorite is this silver one in Liberty, and this one is an ultra metallic one, and this one is just very shimmery. It pretty much looks like liquid silver. I like applying these with my finger, or I have like a concealer brush that it's a synthetic concealer brush that I recently got in an Ipsy bag, and I really like that one for applying these particular Colourpop shadows. Before I move on to the next drawer and I remove any of these swatches, I pretty much want to show you guys how these Mary Kay shadows, they don't budge. So once they set, and I just wanted to show you guys that, before I removed any of these with a makeup remover. So in this next drawer, I have more Colourpop shadows. These are kind of like my funner Colourpop shadows. So this one here is in Dare, and then I have one in Fantasy, and these are just gorgeous, fun, and vibrant eyeshadows. So this one has like a beautiful shift to it. But I am going to get rid of some of these that are matte. So I'm going to get rid of this one in Glow, this one in Cornelius, this one in As If, this one is in Melrose, this one is in Baby Tea, and I think those are all of the matte ones. And then I'm also going to get rid of this one. This one's technically like a blush or a bronzer, and this is an Aphrodisiac, and I originally had moved it over here because I don't like these blushes or bronzers, but I originally had moved it in to use as an eyeshadow, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. I was keeping these, like especially this one, to use as an eyeshadow base, but I like my MAC Painterly Paint Pot much better than this. It's a lot easier to apply the MAC Paint Pot with a brush versus that Colourpop shadow, but I am going to be keeping these two from the Balm. These are like loose eyeshadows slash pigments from the Balm. One is kind of a yellowish goldish color and the other one is a pinky gold color. This one is in No Money, No Honey, and Work is Overrated. I've only recently picked these up. I haven't had a chance to use them yet, but I did pick them up because they are colors that I like to wear all over the lid. But I am just going to go ahead and keep them here with my Colourpop shadows. So I do plan on picking up a few more Colourpop shadows, but I'm only going to stick with metallic, ultra metallics, pearlized, anything that's shimmery. I don't really care for the matte formula of Colourpop shadows. This next drawer is my single eyeshadow drawer. I do have a few single eyeshadows that are depotted in a Z palette, but I'm pretty much going to be keeping all of the ones that I have in a Z palette. These are all of my potted eyeshadows, and right off the bat, I know I'm going to be getting rid of this Ico Fat Eye Stick. It says intense color and glossy finish, and that's one of the reasons why I actually don't like this one, is because it never sets. It has a very, very glossy kind of finish, and it has these, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has like these flecks. The texture of this is a little gritty. It has like these, I don't know what they are. They're like flecks of shimmer. So I'm going to be getting rid of this one because I really didn't like it. And then I have this eyeshadow stick from Beauty For Real, and this is in the color Midnight Marathon. And I really, really like this for a one shadow look. You pretty much just put this all over the lid and then just blend it out in your crease. It's a little difficult to see, but it is like a brownie, like a metallic brown color, but not really like a gold. It's a little bit darker than your traditional gold. This next one here is from Laura Mercier, and I'm also going to be keeping this one. And this is one of her caviar sticks in the color Copper. And I have used this one quite a bit. This one does remind me of the Colourpop eyeshadows, but I really enjoy using this one. It's really quick and easy. Like I said, you just put it all over your lid and either put a color in the crease or just blend out the eyeshadow itself, and it creates a really nice one shadow look. This next thing is from Jelly Pong Pong, and it's a Neapolitan palette, and I really like this one. These are very smooth, buttery, and pigmented shadows, and I'm really glad that I got it in my Ipsy bag. I am going to be keeping it, and you guys will probably see a look using these shadows in my next Ipsy bag unbagging, but I really do like all of those colors, and it does have, they're very easy to work with even though they're all shimmery. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. It's an eyeshadow, single eyeshadow from Sephora, and it's called Be on the A-List, and it's pretty much one of their shimmer shadows, but I haven't even opened it. So I'm either going to put it in a giveaway or just get rid of it. I have lots of eyeshadows like this in eyeshadow palettes. I really like the color, but this is a pretty dupeable color. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Next, I'm going to get rid of this. It's from NYX. It's called, these are one of the NYX Glam Shadows in Over the Top. And it's a gorgeous gold shadow. But I have an eyeshadow in my Colourpop collection called Game Face. And they're the exact same color, except this has lots of chunks of glitter in it. So Game Face and this have the exact same finish on, like, finished look on the eye, except this doesn't have those chunks of glitter in there versus this does. And those chunks of glitter in there kind of get everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one since I'm keeping Game Face. I'm also going to be getting rid of this Essence eyeshadow in the color 11 Tiffany, and it's a silver eyeshadow, but it's very, very gritty, and there's not a lot of color payoff to this one versus the one from Colourpop. I have it in the color Liberty. I believe I showed a swatch of that earlier, and this pretty much is just like a silver shimmer. I don't think it's pigmented enough to really show up on its own. It kind of disappears on the eye. I have one shadow in a palette that kind of gives this effect. So if you kind of want that like very light dusting of shimmer to kind of make an eyeshadow shimmery, it's really nice. But since I already have it in a palette, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that eyeshadow. I am going to be keeping this one from NYX. This is a gorgeous like silvery blue. It kind of shifts from like a silver to like a bluey purple, and this looks really nice, but you do have to wear a primer under it in order for you to see that shift. The next shadow is from Glossy Box, and this is in the color Glossy Mauve, and I actually don't have a color like this in any of my other eyeshadow palettes, and I really like these colors for one color looks. So you just put this all over the lid and kind of blend it out in the crease, and it's really nice because it does have a nice sheen or shimmer to it, but it's not intensely glittery, so you can get away with using this as like a one shadow look, or this is really nice to kind of deepen up anything in the crease. So I kind of keep it here because if I'm using any of these eyeshadows, I do tend to use this to deepen up any of my other eyeshadows as a crease color. This next one from Laura Geller, I got in a recent haul. I like this. I like the uniqueness of this color. It's really pretty. I haven't used it much. I definitely have to play around with it more. I definitely can see using this as like a one shadow look, but I'm not going to get rid of it just yet because it is so new to my collection. And then I have this gorgeous Urban Decay eyeshadow in the color Scratch, and I got this in a Sephora favorites, but I do like my pinks and my silvers for all over the lid. This is probably my favorite color to wear on the lid, so I really do enjoy this shadow. I wish it was easier to depot because I don't use it as much because it's in a single pan. So this next one from JCat Beauty I got in a subscription service, and it's just a gorgeous color. It's one of those like foiled eyeshadow colors. I do not have anything like this in any of my palettes. It's like a bronzy color, bronzy copper color, but it definitely has like an orangish reddish shift to it. This is just a gorgeous shadow. This definitely can either be worn on its own, in the crease, all over the lid. I really like this, and I've actually done a few looks with this eyeshadow already. And then these next three are from Essence, and they're essentially the same shadow. It might be a little difficult to pick up on camera, but they're just these shimmery shadows are really nice for all over the lid. These are very smooth, very buttery, very pigmented in comparison to the other eyeshadows I've tried from Essence. Normally they're a little textured, but these aren't. These are very buttery and very pigmented, and this one is like the light gold color, and this is in the Granny Goes Glammy in number 19. This one has a peachy hint to it, and this was an Apricotta, and this one has like a lavenderish pink hint to it, and this is in Rosy Flamingo. So I am going to be keeping those three. This is pretty much everything I'm keeping in my eyeshadow drawer. Everything else I am single eyeshadow drawer. If I can depot these, I will, but other than that, I'm just going to be keeping everything like this. So this is everything that I'm going to be getting rid of. I'm getting rid of 12 eyeshadows, 2 eyeshadow palettes, and then this glue. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Like I said, some of these items I am going to be selling on Instagram, so I'll put everything down below in the description box if I have my account set up by then, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.